Welcome to the 5th annual Central Honors Philando celebration from home or wherever you are. In order to prioritize the health and safety of our community, we chose to move the event online, and we are broadcasting live from here at Curbside Production Studios in Northeast Minneapolis. As always, we will honor the life of Philando Castile, raise money for a scholarship in his name, and provide an opportunity for the community to connect. This is a family-friendly event, but it stems from the tragic killing of Philando Castile by a police officer, so things may get real. But we have an amazing show lined up for you. You can find the links to donate, buy your shirt, and raffle tickets on our website, centralhonorsphilando.org. And to kick off our event this year, we have a group that we're always honored to have join us, making their 3rd appearance on the Central Honors Philando stage, first time virtually for us, Heiruspecs.
Thank you very much for having us. It's for the live show, it's for the beats, and it's for the woman who sleeps under my sheets. So it's for the energy which builds exponentially. It's for my friends who keep on reinventing me. It's for the live shows, it's for the beats, and it's for the woman who sleeps under my sheets. So it's for the energy which builds exponentially. It's for my friends who keep on reinventing me. On my 5th day, my day off, I'm up early. The early worm gets the big bite by little birdie. The early bird gets chased and caught by the cat. Watch your back, little bird, because I'm up from my nap. Yes, I got a cable TV and I got a cable mic. It's only got a channel, but the reception is tight. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, so at the end of the night, your records come alive and beg for the daylight. Now, miles away, my brother's in his room playing games like StarCraft, burning other people to flames. And likewise, right here, right now, the show of aggression. Fingers, mic, next lesson. This session gets deeper, follow me through. I brought my pen and pad and just a little inspiration to guide you with. You can just listen and learn, itching to burn, fishing for the rhythm, we're giving them to return. Saying it's for the live show, it's for the beats, and it's for the woman who sleeps under my sheets. So it's for the energy which builds exponentially. It's for my friends who keep on reinventing me. It's for the live shows, it's for the beats, and it's for the woman who sleeps under my sheets. So it's for the energy which builds exponentially. It's for my friends who keep on reinventing me. Yeah. That's more deep. Wake up, it's early, wanna get dressed, turn on my radio, another beautiful day in my neighborhood. Since the mornings when I'm mostly inspired, though I'm still a bit tired, I write because I'm feeling like the flavor's good. Saturday was yesterday, last week, and nothing's open now except in coffee shops, which really ain't my style. I smile as I'm writing, this world is still asleep, it's just me and the sun, and we're conversing for a while. Now it's 5:50, in the early morning shadow, while my lawn becomes a midget as the sun moves along. A little bit more hustle as I nod to my neighbors, they have no idea they gon' be in this song. They cool, still the dopest person out there, my mother. She's asked me for my rapping as if rapping was my lover. And she accepts me for my rapping, of course, because art needs inspiration, needs a source. No blinking, but yeah, on this day, I'm driving by, I'm driving away, driving to say, my throat hurts, I'm on talk, you really know her. And everybody's out there writing, calling Felix a jerk. So what doesn't make you worse now can only make you better. We'd all be better swimmers if the earth was really wetter. The moral of the story is to remain untold. It never really ends, it just twists and unfolds. Saying it's for our show, it's for the beats, and it's for the woman who sleeps under my sheets. So it's for the energy which builds exponentially. My friends who keep on reinventing me. It's for the live shows, it's for the beats, and it's for the woman who sleeps under my sheets. So it's for the energy which builds exponentially. My friends who keep on reinventing me. Yep, live shows, beats, the woman who sleeps under my sheets. That energy which builds exponentially. My friends who keep on reinventing me. For the live shows, for the beats, and the woman who sleeps under my sheets. For that energy which builds exponentially. My friends, Thank you guys very, very much for having us. Thank you all for everybody who's streaming and watching for the Central Honors Philando event. We're very, very proud of our St. Paul. We're very, very proud of our Twin Cities, and we're very, very proud of everybody that's here rocking with us. This song is called Heart Springs.
Golden crimson tinge, glittering leaves litter the street. Sitting beneath the tree, she sleeps innocently. Didn't believe that a being so beautiful flew this low, using slumber to stun others with features almost musical. And when her low notes was so hope for something more than friendly, when her golden notes hit other folks, I feel close to envy. I'd never wake her, but if the slumber ever ceases, I would rouse her with my kisses and tussle with her demons. Seemingly familiar, even though I know I've never met her. Like I sent a dream and a letter to heaven, and they sent her word. Sent word to others. There's a lover never met yet. She's sleeping in my covers. There ain't no others. Count them up to prove it. Don't wanna be the nuisance, always asking wanna do it. I'd run through it. Shoot, my link was always doing, and even if I pass no cross, I know what wants are congruent, so it's doing incessantly. Her exceptional essence and presence testing my sensory incessantly. This destiny beckoned me to turn next to the indefinitely. Yes, set the memories incessantly. Then with the best of me, let it be. The quest for the recipe, bristle the delicate thread embedded in the chest of she's a string heart heads to me. Yes, indeed, let's proceed sensibly, independently, and intensely.
She made my heart spring, stretch screams like a taut string fret. Swing set sketchy, still left a chills crept through the treble clefs. Better get another pump, bolted in it, broke again. It's houses are rusted, it's only 10. My heart spring, stretch screams like a taut string fret. Swing set sketchy, still left a chills crept through the treble clefs. Better get another pump, bolted in it, broke again. It's houses are rusted, it's only 10.
June 93, rock a vibe, baby, waking up out of the tree. Was she smiling at me?
Who?
Me with the hat, back, knapsack, no tact. Told her that I watched her sleep and fed her my amorous rap. She loved that. A pleasant surprise, and then she went with whatever, like a drink and some fries. Well, alright, Miss Honeybee Divine. She offered me a ride, and yet we ended up talking all night. The reason why, you know the stilo, summer of the stilo, the way your brothers speak low. Yo, I'm not endorsing no reckless endangering, but I ran out of condoms like a water Will Chamberlain. Check the hustle. Send a shrug towards the struggle, Listerine and Al Green to squeeze her out of a cuddle. We're stuck out of the huddle whenever my friends see me. I say you're barking up the wrong tree, they say she do you. Who? You mean my boo get just mad cause she don't like you. Snapping at what I have, that's the damage of spite, fool. Take a bite, dude. You ain't even got the plums that I do. Go write a haiku and talk about all that's inside you. Boy, was I cool. Till the lightning strikes split to the binding tool that led my eyes to the tree of life inside of you. It withered and died too soon. Until at least time you pruned the beautiful side of truth. But lying about who else was laying beside
She
you.
made my heart spring, stretch screams like a taut string fret. Swing set sketchy, still left a chills crept through the treble clefs. Better get another pump, bolted in it, broke again. It's houses are rusted, it's only 10. My heart spring, stretch screams like a taut string fret. Swing set sketchy, still left a chills crept through the treble clefs. Better get another pump, bolted in it, broke again. Houses are rusted, it's only 10. Gracias. Next track right here, called Supposed to Win. Always shooting, nothing new. Home of the brave and in the gun store too. Could have been a slave and have my tongue stole too. Slippery slopes all around, so where is mountain rescue? Down to earth like a carpenter and watch me dance. Circumstances, what they are, you better take it one chance. Got enhanced reality, whatever that means. Still virtual insanity, selling me the magic beans. Tragedy, tragedy, wherefore art thou? Calamity slamming me with the news like a plow. Hammering, hammering like a track home. Build another day, don't let the stress get you killed. I've been reaching, I've been broken, then a leaky toy boat. Enough to know you see the last day, you stay afloat. Whether man, whether it's the sun and the hell. Heavy rain, cold rails, won't stop, can't fail. We're supposed to rise, we're supposed to win. Do what the hell we like, we got songs to spin. And they try to stop me, put me in the box. But I see no ceilings, must have broke the locks. I feel big and free, like I'm supposed to be. I just hold the love, cause it's inside of me. And I wear these glasses to see clear, my friends. I'm supposed to rise, I'm supposed to win.
this is you'd assume that who I is. Too honest with your phonics, not with novice. Too novice with your product, you just flood the block with that preposterous, monotonous ED sloppy well. Let's stop. Blocking it. Got the message and okay, then let me stop this. Get back to snapping when I'm rapping, click like what happened, get it clapping with the hands, no hammers, baby. All safety, we jamming, big props, no shots. If you want that, kick rocks, hip hop, Usagi, yo, Jimbo, rabbit, stabbing it, drops, sing, rabbit, snapping it, stops, grab his can in the box, straight, heavy hit, etiquette, rabbit, animal chops. Drop, jaw, tenacious, face, lip, lock, Georgia faces, phrase, spit, courageous, but you knock off a range mistake. How we're not all the same ish. You basic.
Hi, my name is Midway Felix and I got a big bag of tricks. See, I was never a magician, closer to a statistician. 20 years with the illest live band up in the mix. Never played with sticks and stones, never had a broken bone. Never tried to chase the throne, cause that ever felt wrong. Cops called too loud, say proud and took a walk. Look up out the window, let's switch your TV on. Still I rise, going wise with age. Always thought it would be better going blind with rage. How I feel when I die with rage. Always better how I'm feeling when I'm walking straight out of my cage. I'm not immune, know the world can be a steamroller too. Heavy metal weighing down like the Titanic. Life is gigantic, life can stay shifty. I say don't panic, take that hotel towel and stay with me. You supposed to rise, you supposed to win. Do what the hell we like, we got songs to spin. And they try to stop me from me in the box, but I see no ceilings, must have broke the locks. I feel big and free, like I'm supposed to be. I just hold the love, cause it's inside of me. And I wear these glasses to see clear, my friends. I'm supposed to rise, I'm supposed to win. Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. As you can see, I'm going through a couple things.
Yeah, you up here with the cane. You're looking like you extra fancy today. We should have got you the one with like the big gold piece on the top.
Yeah, necessity, not fashion.
I think we got one more song left. Central Honors Philando, thank you very much for having us. Shout out to Adrian. Appreciate you, brother. Every moment I'm awake, I'm thinking show improve. It's just sometimes I'm lazy and don't show in my mood. If you're always thinking money, then you're thinking it's small. It don't take a Buddhist monk to see that money ain't all. Been around the way for years, that's the back of my hand. I can show you shortcuts where we started with the band. My home got many faces, make a rainbow blush. My home got all the colors on that brush. You know that old saying about assumptions, right? You know it only takes a little gumption, right? The function of the music, as far as I'm concerned, has been to peel away the layers on the onion, right? You see, Michaela did the times on our first tape. She's on the streets demonstrating cause the times ain't great. But Muad'Dib had a thing that he hit with heartstrings. Feel the boom, jump the broom, it was a beautiful spring.
They say the sky's falling, so you built a wall. You have a little shelter when it hits the soul. Well, I don't think that sky is falling. I don't think that sky is falling. Streets are on fire, so you lock the door. What do you think that rain is for? Well, I don't think that sky is falling.
But if it is, then let it pour. They say the sky is falling. They say the building's crumbling.
They say the kids don't care. You hear it and they mumbling.
They say the sky is falling, but you can still fly a jet. Well, I don't think that sky is falling, cause if it was, we'd all be
Okay, I got a head full of pins and needles I don't feel like running through. Quit looking at me like that, neither do none of you. But what do? Sometimes you just summon to machete etiquette, better get up and hone your bloody tool. Or you're just a cunning fool, bumbling subterfuge, another nouveau, Inspector Clouseau without a clue. Hurry up and graduate yourself from dummy school. The clock's ticking, chicken, hit the bricks and get to kicking. Ooh, born in the land of ice and shadows where you forge your own swords and fight your own battles. A forlorn decor where light just won't travel. So up a silver rider, storm clouds and wait till they unravel. Like rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, never chatter, make it matter. Build the batter, make it better, take the cake. Save it is collateral, so never the sabbatical's the attitude. That's the mood for every puddle that I splash into.
and that's the truth. Evermore Shakespeare, clever score from Devon. Painting over my bombs, another mole in my lawn. Slow little pawn, see, we was underground and independent like a homeboy song that's so strong. It's an industry of giants, we the little guys. No one ever said we couldn't get a little fly. Not a cloud in the sky, can't see the top of the stratosphere. That's why we love the sun for making some things clear. Got a couple whips, they both leak oil. I got a couple chips, seeds in the soil. Peace in our time, yeah, that's the mantra I heard. Spread a little love around that ain't so absurd. They say the sky's falling, so you built a wall. You have a little shelter when it hits us all. But I don't think that sky is falling. I don't think that sky is falling. Streets are on fire, so you lock the door. What do you think that rain is for? I don't think that sky is falling. But if it is, then it's pour. Play us out. Respect, St. Paul, Midway, Frogtown, DVRG, Josh Peterson, Peter Leggett, Sean McPherson, Muad'Dib, and Felix. Thank you guys very much for having us. Thank you for watching. And, donate a little bit because it would really help us out.
She has no microphone. She needs a microphone.
Our event team is bringing this event to you today live on Facebook. This is the same place where many of us witnessed the killing of Philando Castile. After his passing, we were all vocal on Facebook and realized that along with our varying emotions, we all had a desire to do something. 47 days later, we held our first Central Honors Philando event, and with your help, raised our first $40,000 in our first year. That money provided a scholarship for our first Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship recipient, Marques Watson. This next clip is from Newsy's event coverage, followed by an update from Mr. Watson.
We're here today to celebrate the life and experience of Philando Castile.
Central Honors Castile was organized by some of his former classmates from St. Paul Central High School in St. Paul, Minnesota. Castile was shot and killed in July during a traffic stop, and the immediate aftermath of the shooting was streamed live on Facebook. His death spurred weeks of protests. The officer who shot Castile returned to duty last week.
I'm hoping that folks come here and have conversations around how we fix our state, how we make it a better state, how we stop punishing black folks for crimes they didn't commit, and how do we start saving more lives.
The event was put on not just to remember Castile, but also to raise money for a scholarship fund in his name.
This is an opportunity to help an inner city high school support more of its graduates to go to college.
Hopefully for those students who are looking to go into careers that was important to him, whether that be culinary arts or child development.
Castile graduated from Central High School in 2001 and worked for St. Paul Public Schools as an adult.
He was a good person and didn't deserve to die the way he died. And so anything that we can do, I think, to honor the good memory that he left behind, I think it's important. And a scholarship is a great way to do that because it will go on forever.
For Newsy, I'm Stephanie Liebergen.
Hey everyone, my name is Marques Watson, and I'm the first recipient of the Philando Castile Scholarship. Back in 2017, when they chose me as the recipient, I was honored. As a senior in high school, I knew that I wanted to go to college, but I was scared because no one in my family had ever been to college, and I was scared of being in debt. When I heard Miss Castile shout out my name to receive the scholarship, I was shocked because it felt great to have people support me on my journey to college. The Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship is a great way to honor Philando and the huge heart he had, as well as a great way to take action on bettering the community. For too long, young black males have been counted out, stereotyped, targeted, you name it, the list goes on. So I feel like this scholarship shows us that we actually do have support from our community. I'm currently a licensed realtor with Keller Williams Preferred Realty in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I'm loving it. I jumped into real estate because growing up, I was surrounded by rental properties and Section 8 funded properties. My goal in real estate is to just help as many families as possible with their real estate goals, as well as helping my community understand how big of a deal ownership is, as well as motivate them, to build generational wealth and break generational curses, so that they're building assets and, setting the next generation up for success.
You can find information about buying these awesome 5th annual 2020 Central Honors Philando t-shirts. You can also find out more information on where you can donate. All proceeds from the t-shirts, all proceeds for the event still go towards our Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship. Our next video comes from someone who has a few things in common with Philando. For example, they both participated in St. Paul Central High School's touring theater, and they both chose careers that make people smile. You can now find Lyric Lewis on stages with the Groundlings and on the screens of NBC, the CW, and on Comedy Central. Please welcome Lyric Lewis.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the 5th annual Central Honors Philando event from home. Now, I know we can't all physically be together, but virtual is better than nothing. And if we can go to a versus, we can go to this, okay? Now, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because we all know why we are here, and that is to celebrate the memory and the honor of a man taken from us much too soon, Philando Castile. And we can do this, we can honor him and celebrate him by no other way. Many ways, but today is about donating to the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship, okay? The scholarship was started by his classmates in order to honor his memory and his name and to keep it in our mouths and everyone's mouths forever, and to help other young men go to college. Now, until this day, in just a little bit over 3 years, they've raised over $220,000 for the scholarship. That is amazing. $220,000 to help young men towards their dreams of going to college. And the Central High School Scholarship Foundation has given 4 scholarships away already to 4 young men to help them towards their college dreams. However, we can keep the party going, and we do that by donating. So not only is your donation tax deductible and things like that, your donation will help every little bit, every dollar, whether it's $5, $500, every little bit goes a long way, and it goes towards getting the scholarship endowed, which means that it will be here forever. And not only that, it will help towards to make it renewable, so that way in the future, any Castile Scholarship recipient can renew their scholarship for up to 4 years while they're in college. If that doesn't sound amazing to you, I don't know what does, okay? So in short, let's donate. Let's get everybody we know, get together and donate. We can do that by going to centralhonorsphilando.org/donate, okay? I don't know what you're waiting for. I hope you're donating right now, all right? Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your donation. Any amount, remember, there's none too big, none too small. And thank you so much for joining us for the event.
Catch Lyric on AP Bio starting in September, streaming on Peacock. You may have heard of the Philando Castile Peace Garden, the Philando Castile Relief Foundation, and the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship, which is managed through the St. Paul Central High School Foundation. We are separate entities, but we all support each other thanks to the support of this next woman, Philando's mother, Valerie Castile.
Hello, my name is Valerie Castile. I'm the executive director of the Philando Castile Relief Foundation. And to honor Philando's legacy, we developed the Philando Castile Relief Foundation. Philando loved the children, he loved his job, and he believed that every child should be fed while in school. Since 2017, we've donated approximately $150,000 to our struggling school districts and that even includes our more vulnerable students, with disabilities as well. They are stuck with a lunch debt. I am so happy and thankful that the alumni from Central High School started the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship. That scholarship is to be given to a child of color, you know, an inner city child who's seeking a position in education. That scholarship should be like $5,000, and that's very, very helpful because education is expensive, and if you can find it in your heart to donate to the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship, we would really appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome back. Have you bought your shirt yet? And how many raffle tickets did you buy? Thanks for being here. One of our annual event goals is to bring the community together. Part of bringing the community together is celebrating our great community organizations. So during the show, we'll have clips submitted by some of our local nonprofit groups. Here are some videos from Jamela Place and a PSA from Sprockets.
Greetings. My name is Otis Zanders. I'm the CEO of Jamela Place. Jamela Place is a nonprofit organization that's based in St. Paul. We primarily serve young African-American men between the ages of 18 and 30, many of whom have had interaction with the criminal justice system. Jamela Place helps these young men navigate poverty and other inequities they face in their everyday lives. COVID-19 has been an additional barrier to progress for these men. We are here today to commemorate the 4th anniversary of the murder of Philando Castile. Philando Castile is a story that resonates dearly with the mission of Jamela, a young African-American man that was on his path to prosperity, that was a taxpayer, that was living the life of a man that we teach our men to be. Philando was a role model, and he's greatly missed. On behalf of the entire Jamela Place organization, please wear your mask, Minnesota, for Jamela men.
The world we live in today is different from what it used to be. The comforts we used to enjoy have been halted. We all can feel alone in these trying times and wanting to see our friends and loved ones as places and the outdoors start to open back up is understandable. But how can we stay safe while living in this COVID-19 era? Experts believe that wearing masks and staying 6 feet apart is the best way to slow the virus. We all want to see our family and friends, but we have a responsibility as this virus affects all of us. Technology is a great way to engage with loved ones at home by using FaceTime, Zoom, and other sources of media. Having game nights, watching movies, dance parties, and other things while chatting online are great ways for all of us to stay connected from home. When feeling as though you must go out, please wear a mask and be mindful of your interactions with others.
Each year at the event, we have great performers, also some great DJs playing some great music. We had some limits with that this year, but when the DJs were up, they'd have some great crowd interaction, so let's give that a try. So follow along with me at home. Let me hear you say, whoa, yeah, whoa, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah. They're singing along here at home in the studio, but that will all make sense after this video.
What's up, y'all? This is Speech from Arrested Development. Philando Castile was divine. He was a sacred human being. And the image of us, the conditioning that people of other races have towards us, makes it obvious that his humanity and his divinity was not taken into account as this man's life was taken unnecessarily so. Philando Castile was a family man, and his familyhood, his fatherhood, his love for his girlfriend was not taken into account because of the conditioning that has been perpetuated in our society towards black people. He was robbed of his familyhood. He was robbed of his humanity. Philando Castile was robbed of his communication. Because even as he kindly and politely described what he was about to do, communicated intelligently, beautifully with the police officer, his communication was robbed of him. Philando Castile is a man of sacredness. His humanity was robbed. He's a man of family. His familyhood was robbed. He's a man of communication, and that was robbed. It also shows that even when a black man has his family in the car, and even with pleading for police officers to calm down, the conditioning against black people has become so thorough for so many white people and people of other races that Philando Castile was murdered despite all of these signals that are contrary to him being any type of danger to anyone. We all were disgusted, and we all want to see justice served. Manslaughter was not enough of a sentence, and to be a not guilty verdict is literally a crying shame for people that's already been ashamed of this system and already been crying for many, many decades and centuries. We want to see justice. Our thoughts go out to Philando Castile.
Our next guest has been in the game for more than 3 decades, rocking with the group Arrested Development, and now he's become a filmmaker, out with a new documentary called 16 Bars.
It's one thing to just be in a jail and know that there's a problem. It's another to start seeing people trapped in this cycle. They're striving to overcome demons. I do believe in redemption with everybody, with anybody, no matter what they've done. What is the nigga factory? Slavery, in the gist of time, was just an eye blink away. The degradation of women, the glorification of violence and drugs has been going on for a long time, but today it's normalized.
I'm speech. I love you. Peace and strength.
I see the stuff going on in the community, and that's what I want to stop. The bad stuff, till we put it up on the chalkboard.
Irreducible Grace Foundation is a youth-influenced organization that is working to create safe spaces and healing opportunities for youth of color. They provided us with 3 breath breaks. These are breathing exercises that you can do now from home or whenever you need them. So here's your first IGF breath break.
Hello everybody, I'm Tiara. I'm a Central alum from 2002.
And my name is Latrice. I'm an incoming junior at Highland Park Senior High, also the former president of the Black Student Union over there at Highland, currently on the board as well.
We're health and wellness facilitators with the Irreducible Grace Foundation, and we're here to bring you your first community breath break of the day.
Our focus is healing ourselves and our community, so we want to honor the life of Philando and do some techniques with you to help calm your nervous system and release tension. Praying hands is a self-care tool that we use that combines mindful breathing and mindful movement. Practicing this tool slows down our body's panicked responses to traumatic events and anxiety. So to start, we place our hands like this, and we call it praying hands because many people over the world do this when they pray. As we breathe in, we will raise our arms up. And when we breathe out, we will bring them back down. Next, we bring our hands out and inhale, then bring them back into our chest and exhale. It's so important to make sure that you keep these tools in your self-care toolbox so that you're able to preserve your body and your mind and keep up the fight so that Philando can get the justice that he deserves.
Thank you.
Make sure you get your shirt and buy your raffle tickets. You have until Sunday, August 30th, 1 week from today, to buy those. You can also donate year-round at centralhonorsphilando.org/donate. IGF, who you just saw, performed at our second annual event in 2017. The event in August brought the community together again, and you all contributed year-round to support our scholars. Our team gathers in the spring to review applications to the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship, and in May, we join the graduating class for their senior award night with many other great participants like the Heiruspecs to give out scholarships. And at the event in 2018, we witnessed Valerie and Ibsa Castile read the name of our second scholarship recipient, Jalen Jackson.
Hello, my name is Jalen Jackson, and I'm the second recipient of the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship. I received the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship in 2018 when I graduated from St. Paul Central High School. When I attended St. Paul Central High School, my experience there was nonetheless great because moving from the south side of Chicago, I wasn't exposed to a lot of diversity there. But when I moved here, I was exposed to a lot of different people of all races and faces, programs, courses, and the courses that I've taken at St. Paul Central are still having an impact on me today because they're a part of my college transcript, which is giving me extra credits. And the college that I attend is Alcorn State University, which is located in Lorman, Mississippi, where I'll be a rising junior this fall, studying biology with a focus of kinesiology in hopes of being a physical therapist. And with that being said, each semester that I've been at Alcorn, I've been on the dean's list. And this past semester, spring 2020, I made the president's list by getting all A's and getting a 4.0 GPA. So I would just like to thank God, thank my teachers, thank my mentors, and last but not least, thank the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship and the Castile family for just granting me with the scholarship. And I just want to let you know that it is being put to good use, great use actually, because I'm excelling in all my classes. It helped me get books to excel in those classes, help tuition. And I just want to say thank you for that again. And also, if you want to help, the people in the community want to help, make sure you donate to the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship Fund so you can help other young Black men succeed. Thank you.
Another goal of this event, besides raising money for a scholarship in honor of Philando Castile, is to really just remember his life. So we put out an ask to the community to share memories of Philando so that we can all learn more about him and to share his story. Here is a video from one of his St. Paul Central High School classmates.
Hi, my name is Dusty Perryman, graduating class from Central 2001. I'll talk a little bit about Philando, and a lot of times you think about people you knew in your life, and when you go back that far, a lot of what sticks out is what you feel and the presence that people have when they're around you, maybe not necessarily specific memory. And but I think about Philando and just how nice of a person he was. Every time you saw him, there was never anything negative that he would talk about. It was always positivity, and I remember specifically every single interaction I left with him, he left with a smile on your face, because usually it was a joke or something funny that he saw and it just made you laugh. It's always positive. And unfortunately now when I look back on that and participate in far too many protests and events that we have throughout the city, for other people who have senselessly lost their lives, we think about their names, and I make sure that my son and the people around me remember Philando, because that's who I think about every time I protest. Really miss him, and just miss his spirit, miss his smile.
This event would be very different in person. For one, there'd be a bounce house right over there and all other fun things. But one of the activities we were going to have was a reading circle celebrating our many talented local authors. We're bringing part of that to you here today with our first of 2 children's book readings by the authors themselves. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Cortez Berry, and I wrote this book. It's called Aaliyah Cherry. I wrote this for my daughter. She's creative, bubbly, but can sometimes lose herself in anxiety. I'm also a graduate from Central High School, class of 2002. And I also want to say, may Philando rest in peace. I didn't know him personally, but His death was tragic, and it affected me and my family, as well as a host of others. Once upon a time, there was a land far away, deep into the wild where the deer and the elk play. The apples were orange and the oranges were blue. The peaches were green and the strawberries too. Down by the meadow was a child just like you. She was scared of the dark and the creatures that go boo. I know Aaliyah Cherry like I think I know you, so I'll tell you the story if you're brave and stick through. Aaliyah's mom was a teacher, her father a knight. He roamed through the forest to keep trouble in sight. But Aaliyah was sad because her father was out. Dusk was approaching as she was preparing the trout. Dinner was ready, the pies were still warm. The bees stopped buzzing, and in the distance, a storm. She peeked out the window to find her father's path. A gray cloud was brewing. Where was her father at? With rain on the horizon, she thought with great sorrow, Mother won't get back from town until tomorrow. With the window still open and the door not so tight, she grabbed 5 candles and 4 old flashlights. She flipped the coffee table and squared up the couch, pulled 3 lamps close so the lights won't go out. Aaliyah grabbed her teddy bears. There were 2 that had frowns. She positioned them as guards. You can imagine that now. One last piece was a broom as a sword. She stood facing the door with her tools, ready for war. The sun sank down and the night trickled in. Listen closely. This is where the story begins. Bang, bang, bang. 3 knocks on the door. It's raining, it's cold, and I've been here before. Aaliyah stood with a fright, turning her back to the sound. Tell me your name. Are you from the town? Deep in the forest where the tigers tell jokes. This is the land where I was when I woke. Do the bears there play chess? Aaliyah asked with a grin. Do they wear tall hats and fake beards on their chin? Beards of great colors and hats to the sky. This is the land where I am when I rise. Aaliyah sat down with her broom in her lap. Could this be the night known as Riddler Jack? Suddenly her mind was filled with doubt and fear. Why should she trust whoever was here? All it would take is a look out the window, but the thought of just moving made her body tremble. Jack is my name and Mr. Cherry's my friend. Are you the daughter that he spoke of once when? Once when, she asked. What kind of sentence is that? She mumbled and snapped as the wind started to crack. Aaliyah blew out a candle and sat on the floor. Please just leave, she whispered through the door. Please tell your father that I came to say hi. Inside you must stay until the weather abides. Goodbye. The lightning flashed and the thunder shook the room. The storm had arrived and filled Aaliyah with gloom. With the broom on her back and the flashlight in hand, she crawled to the window to peek at the man. With the reins in his hand, he galloped away on a poor white horse to Aaliyah's dismay. Her eyes filled with tears as she reached for the door, but the rest of the lights went out with a flash and a roar. A roar so loud that the gelatin jiggled and Lenny the hamster tinkled a little. Don't worry, Lenny, I'll keep us both safe, Aaliyah said softly as she reached for the tape. She strapped cookie sheets to her legs and her chest. She bent them in shape and fashioned a vest. Aaliyah taped it all tight and put a pot on her head. She then kissed Lenny on his back and made sure he was fed. We will not go easily into the night, she said with her broom dressed like a knight. The candles were lit behind her back as she braced by the couch. Aaliyah whispered, we'll never give in, Lenny. We'll wait the storm out. A boom and a crack and a bam and a zip. The house rumbled and shook. It leaned and it bent. When all of a sudden the windows flew open. The rain charged in fast and the curtains were soaking. Aaliyah jumped over the couch so the fight could begin. With the broom as her sword, she slashed at the wind. She barely could see as she covered her eyes. My father's a knight, she yelled with a cry. I'll never give in. I'll never go down. She screamed as she slipped and fell to the ground. Then she heard a familiar sound. There was galloping near. Horses were around. Aaliyah, she heard it through the thunder and rain. Aaliyah, she came to her feet as she heard it again. The door flew open and the storm came to an end. Dad, said Aaliyah, as her father walked in. They hugged as she cried and told her father of war and how Aaliyah Cherry the brave fought a storm with a broom as her sword. The end. And you can find this book on Amazon or any of your local retailers. Thank you.
Since August 1st, we have raised about $10,000. Please make sure you go and you donate, give for the raffle, buy your t-shirts. Every little bit counts and it makes a real difference. Next up, we have a video from St. Paul Urban Tennis. another PSA from the students at Sprocket, and a message from Philando's classmate, Nicole M. Smith.
Hi everyone, I am Amanya Reynolds, Youth Council President and intern at St. Paul Urban Tennis. The mission of St. Paul Urban Tennis is to strengthen our community by educating and empowering youth to realize their full potential. We are so proud to be part of this event, honoring a true community leader who was taken from us too soon. A leader we hope many of our kids grow up inspired by. Our programs use tennis as a vehicle for teaching valuable life lessons and supporting kids on their way to becoming incredible leaders. During this pandemic, we hope to support our community by offering tennis equipment to anyone interested. Tennis is a pretty safe sport to be playing right now, and we hope to use it to support our community in staying healthy in mind, body, and spirit. We will be hosting a tennis equipment giveaway on August 26th from 2 to 6 p.m. Come and try tennis, and we will send your family home with rackets, balls, an activity packet, and have some fun at home. If you see our green shirts on the tennis court, please say hi. We welcome everyone and would be honored to have you say hello. Please visit our website at stpaulurbantennis.org to learn more about us. Hope to see you on the course.
As the coronavirus pandemic continues to rage on, an invisible fight is emerging for many at home, triggered by the anxiety, job insecurity, deaths, isolation, and unpredictability that accompany the virus. Many people's mental health have been negatively affected. A federal emergency hotline for people in emotional distress registered more than 1,000% increase in April, only a month after COVID-19 was declared a national emergency, compared with the same time last year.
In times like these, it is more important than ever that you take care of your health, especially your mental health. Make time for self-care and prioritize your mental health. Spend quality time with your loved ones while maintaining safety precautions, and reach out for help because you are not alone. Text HOME to 741-741 to connect with a crisis counselor today.
So for this year's Central Honors Philando, I wanted to perform right at the stomping grounds of Central High School. The place that has really continued to inspire me of being who I be. And a couple weeks ago, I went down to the George Floyd Memorial and I went to the art installation and I kneeled to the ground. And I said, Phil, speak to me. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? And keeping it real, I was just here doing a photo shoot and a video shoot for a documentary. And I felt Philando's presence, literally coming through the heavens. And I started crying. And I was telling the persons, that this is a direct message that I want to say to the administrators, counselors, teachers, staff, school board, lunch people, everyone. Circa 1997 when we were freshmen to 2001 when we graduated. That y'all want to proclaim and say and state and celebrate Philando's name, but how much of that did you do when he was at Central? How much of y'all knew his laugh, knew the classes he took, what he ate for lunch? Did y'all know he liked Doritos? And that actually dude had braces, so he wasn't supposed to eat them. Do y'all know how kind he was and how his heart was? Did y'all say his name back then that y'all want to scream and shout right now? Because when you called the 2 or 3 or whatever number of black kids to the office when Harvard or Yale or Brown or Northwestern came, y'all didn't say his name. Y'all didn't say my name. But now that he is known across the globe, y'all want to stake your claim now? Hold up a mirror. Hold up a mirror and think about what that is. That is pervasive. That is anti-blackness. Literally about a month ago, I was at this rally where the young kids talked about divesting from the police. Why did it take another brother to get killed for y'all to make the change? Stop playing. Stop being performative and be real. What did y'all know about Philando? Did y'all go to his plays in the Black Box? Do you know anything about that brother other than what you know now? Hindsight is 20/20, but what did y'all really see about him when he went here 1997 to 2001? Central Honors Philando, you know what I'm gonna say? Central students continue to honor Philando. Central students knew Philando. Central students know Philando, and y'all are catching up to us. It's all love. I got love for the school, rock the red and black, all that, but y'all can't be fake no more. I hope that starting with this class, y'all pay attention. And not just to the top 5.0s, 4.0s, whatever, because we all got something to offer. That's my piece. One love.
The third annual Central Honors Philando celebration was in 2018. We weren't sure what to expect. Philando's death was 2 years prior, and there was no verdict in the news like in 2017. We never doubted the importance of the work, but we wondered if the community would come out on another hot August day. And of course, you all did. You danced, you got your bounce house on, and you supported with your time and money and pushed us over the $100,000 mark.
Hello, I'm Joseph Cobb, and I graduated from St. Paul Central in 2019. I received the Philando Castile Scholarship that year, and I'm incredibly thankful for it. Right now, I'm attending North Central University, and this will be my sophomore year upcoming. I'm pursuing a journalist major, and I'm playing baseball there. And the scholarship is incredibly helpful for me because it gives me the ability to focus on school and baseball without having to worry about money and being able to afford it. I'm honored to receive this award because this scholarship honored Philando Castile's legacy perfectly because he was a charitable man himself while he was still with us. Again, it's an honor to be a recipient of this award. Thank you.
Mayor Carter and Parks. Next up, we have Central alumni and St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter.
Hi, I'm St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter. While our ongoing global pandemic unfortunately prevents us from gathering in person to celebrate this year's Central Honors Philando event, we all know that the values, the passions, the drive that bring us together for this event every year are more important today than ever. As America and our community continues to grapple with a global pandemic, economic shutdowns, and all of the trauma, grief, and civil unrest that we've experienced in the days and weeks since George Floyd was murdered, we know that now is the time to recommit ourselves to the change we seek to see in the world. For those of you who have advocated for the Philando Castile Memorial, thank you. For those of you who have raised money to continue his legacy of feeding children, thank you. To those of you who have joined us at the Capitol to fight for meaningful reform so that we can stop this endless cycle of violence against our Black and brown community members. Thank you all for that work. We at the city stand with you.
Philando reached hundreds of students daily in his role with St. Paul Public Schools at J.J. Hill. Here's a message from one of those students.
I met Mr. Phil when I was in first grade at J.J. Hill. It was my first year eating school lunch. He was always making sure, no matter if I was late, I was fed. He started every morning happy with a smile. He talked to every kid, and we all high-fived him. I wish I could remember more about Mr. Phil. I wish I got to know him better. I wish memories of him weren't clouded by the injustice of his death. I do know that he was a good man, that he treated everyone the same and gave me the attention I needed to have a successful day at school. Just him being a happy, smiling face in the morning. I remember my mom and my dad sitting me down at the kitchen table and telling me that Mr. Phil was killed. I didn't understand. I asked why, but they couldn't give me an answer. I learned July 6th, 2016, what it meant to be a Black man, what it meant for my dad, my uncles, and my family. I learned that day when I saw my mother cry walking with people to a vigil at J.J. Hill, that things needed to change. I didn't know Mr. Phil like I wish I had, but I now know his purpose. I know his purpose was to try and bring us together and make changes for social injustice. He made me want to protest and fight and understand the inequalities of people in color. I know his name and I know his legacy, and I will carry that forever.
Amaya wrote and recorded that video all on her own. The children are the future. Time for some music. This gift of this virtual event is that you can see performers up close and personal without losing your place in line to buy a hot dog or a lovely t-shirt. We've had some amazing talents perform at Central Honors Philando over the past 4 years. These talents have sold out stages across the country, and this next performer is no different. I present God's Queen herself, Jamela Pettiford.
Hello and thank you, everybody. I am so honored to be here. I am Jamela Pettiford, otherwise known as God's Queen, and I am a Central graduate, class of 1996. I am honored to celebrate the life of a beautiful man, and I want you to know we will always love you, Philando.
Just be mine, 'cause I already love you, I already need you, I already see you, I already want you, I already love you, I already need you, I already see you, I already need you. Be mine, be mine. Thank you.
Another great performance. One more performer we were scheduled to have was Minnesota. He was planning to record a video for us. He wasn't able to. He's down in Texas. Much love to him. We'll definitely try and get him back on our stage, hopefully in person next year. But thank you to Minnesota. Shout out to him down there. But again, make sure you're going to centralhonorsphilando.org to find our links to the T-shirts and the raffle. We've had some technological snafus. We're broadcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Our Facebook was having some issues, but again, all the information can be found on centralhonorsphilando.org. When we ask people to participate with or help create this event, we rarely get no as an answer. The Twin Cities community has been nothing but supportive, and that support extends well beyond the Twin Cities and the state as well. Before we get into some more community partner videos, here are some words from two St. Paul grown celebrities, Director Chauntyll Allen and the Honorable Judge Juanita Freeman, and the man you know as Spawn, Black Dynamite, and Marcus from Why Did I Get Married, Michael Jai White.
Hi, this is Michael Jai White. Philando Castile's life was senselessly taken. And while nothing can replace this loss of life, we who live on can do what we can to make sure that this tragedy and loss of life is not in vain. The Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship Fund was formed the year of his passing and has since aided worthy recipients to move on to college to provide better lives for themselves and their families. If you would like to help and provide some aid and remedy in the wake of this tragedy, please give to the 5th Annual Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship Fund. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Chauntyll Allen, and I am your St. Paul School Board Director. I have the honor today of speaking to Philando Castile's life and how it impacted me. I was in social justice and organizing. I'm also one of the organizers for Black Lives Matter Twin Cities and had been involved in the movement even before Philando. But at the time, I was working in the schools. J.J. Hill is one of the buildings that I've worked in my career. And so I was an employee of the St. Paul Public Schools. I was born and raised in the Rondo community, just like Philando, who was raised in the Rondo community. He graduated from St. Paul Central High School. I graduated from St. Paul Central High School. He was pulled over on Larpenteur Avenue. I was pulled over on Larpenteur Avenue. I was able to come out of the situation a little bit differently, but it still was a very violent experience. Philando, he changed a lot of people's lives, you know. Whether we knew him or didn't know him, the stories that we heard about the kind of individual he was and the kind of love that he brought to the children in the community definitely forced every educator in the St. Paul Public Schools to want to step to the plate and bring that kind of energy when we interact with our students. And so I want to thank you, Philando, for being the person that you were, for being the leader in our community, to lead us to do the right thing at all times. I'm really honored to be sitting here today to talk to you about the Central Honors Philando Foundation and asking you to please make a donation. They are looking to give out scholarships. They've been giving out scholarships for a few years now, and they want to increase the number of scholarships that are given in our community to some of our youth. We need to continue to invest in our community and people in our community. I'm in education right now because I was recruited in by another Rondo elder, and I'm pretty sure that Philando was in the education because he was recruited in by another Rondo elder. That's kind of how we do. And so even after Philando's passing, he's continuing to live on and carry the legacy of our Rondo elders and ancestors by providing those opportunities. And so I'm honored today to sit here and ask you for your donation. Please donate heavily, give back, because I know that that's what Philando would do in this situation. So thank you. Have a good day.
Hi, I'm Juanita Freeman, proud Central alum from class of 2001. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I had the honor and privilege of being a classmate of Philando's. What does Central mean to me? I only have 60 seconds in this video, so I can't tell you everything. I remember our circle up rap battles at fire drills. I remember Central touring theater. I remember Miss McGuad in the CMEP office, basketball games, friendships that are still in existence today. Really us all starting to shape who we would be in the future and transition into adulthood. That's what Central means to me. When I found out about the tragic death of Philando, I remember being shaken to my core, just breaking down, feeling like, and how could it be that an officer-involved shooting hit so close to home? And then I remembered my commitment to change and to breaking down barriers of distrust in the justice system. And that is the work that I do each and every day as a district court judge, so that people know there are people in the system that they can trust and that will be fair, that will be impartial, and that will seek to make justice be done.
Hi, I'm Gay Adams-Massey, CEO of YWCA St. Paul. YWCA St. Paul is on a mission to eliminate racism and to empower women. And we do that through education and advocacy in our community on issues of racial and gender equity. We also do it through programs that address areas of key racial disparities: housing and homelessness, employment and economic development, youth academic achievement and empowerment, and health and wellness.
My name is Aaliyah, and my role at Communication is to advertise and help the youth. Our mission is to empower urban youth with skills for success through music, service, and community. I believe my work impacts the Twin Cities community by helping youth find a place where they can be welcomed and loved.
The magic that happens in an elementary classroom is so special. It's during those formidable years where children are beginning to gain a sense of who they are and what they can become.
We know that Black students that have a Black teacher are more likely to pursue higher education and more likely to be referred for gifted and enriched programming.
In our 8 partner schools, our goal is to increase the number of Black male educators to 20%. We've created a financial support for them, a psychological support, a mentorship program, and an internship program. It's already having an impact, and it should be accelerated.
For our children of color, they need to be able to see themselves in the teachers. I don't know of a more important effort.
Black Men Teach reached out to me and told me we have a school that you may be interested in because they really need you. It made me emotional, it made me happy, and it also made me feel like they're setting me up for success.
Thank you for tuning in live, and thank you for tuning in if you're watching this in November. We will have this video available for viewing on multiple channels after the live stream as well. You can donate year-round at centralhonorsphilando.org/donate. Anytime before Sunday, August 30th, you can buy your t-shirts and your raffle tickets. If you're buying your raffle tickets, make sure to follow the directions and list the items you're interested in when you purchase your tickets. That will allow us to make sure you get the prize you want when your name gets drawn. Our second book reading comes from a partnership with the JK Movement. We're unable to air the full reading due to time, but you can find the book for yourself on Amazon.com. Here is Saba Stewart reading the story of another St. Paul grown celebrity, Mr. Johnny Knuckles.
Hello, my name is Saba Stewart. I'm a graduate from Central High School, class of 1999. I dedicate this reading to Philando Castile. He's a Central alumni. We went to Central together. He's also was friends with my little brother, and our families are from the same neighborhood. He also was a cafeteria worker for a youth program that we worked in called Freedom School as well, and this reading is dedicated to him. The book that I'll be reading is called Breaking the Ice, written by Saba Stewart. It's in collaboration with the JK Movement, that is a nonprofit organization that inspires the minds, bodies, and spirits of young people in the metro Twin Cities area. Johnny awoke to the sound of his mother's melodic voice. "This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love," she sang. The scent of breakfast travels into his bedroom and tickles his nose, lifting him out of his bed. Johnny floats into the kitchen and instantly joins in a duet with his mother. No ordinary love, no ordinary love. His mother turns around, they join hands and move as one to the sound of music. Squeezing and kissing her boy, she can feel his heart beat rhythmically with her own, sounding like a calm bass line. After choreographing their steps, they both sit down at the kitchen table and eat breakfast together prior to entering this outside world. After finishing breakfast, Johnny quickly grabs his backpack and starts towards the door. Halted by his mother's voice, he freezes short of the door and turns towards her with a perplexed look on his face. "Give me some sugar now," his mother said. and put on this hat and mittens. Don't nobody want you catching a cold out there. Yes, Mama, said Johnny. He grabs the hat and mittens with no intention of putting them on. He shoves them into the pockets of his coat, wipes the sugar off his cheek, and hurries out of the house. He starts down the stairs, avoiding the ice that coats the edge of each step, trying desperately not to slip. We all slip and fall at some point in life. That's when we must find a way to get up, his mother often said. Johnny thought about the many times he slipped and fell, bruising his tailbone. He was beginning to master the art of calculating his steps just right and maintaining his balance. One thing that he likes about the cold of the winter was breaking the ice that gathers on each side of the sidewalk with his feet. The crunching of the ice beneath his feet made him feel strong and powerful. The polar wind howls like a wolf as he continues to walk to his bus stop. The outside world is large and cold. One needs protection from the violent breeze that blows in every direction. No article of clothing had the ability to provide warmth and shelter from such a bitterly cold world. Only the soft hands of his mother could warm the goosebumps that arise on his melanin skin. Johnny turns the corner, deciding to take a shortcut through the alley. He recalls his mother's voice in his head. "Stay out of those alleys, boy. Ain't nothing but cold-hearted people hanging in those alleys," she would say. She'll never find out, he thought, and continues through the dark, brisk alley. He notices familiar faces who once lived in his apartment building. They huddled over a trash can fire in an attempt to stay warm. They had been frostbitten years ago and now hid in this alley, far away from their loved ones, trying to stay warm. His heart ached for them, and he wondered what their story was. Johnny finally reaches his bus stop and notices some bigger boys pushing a smaller kid to the ground. These same boys have been causing trouble at the bus stop all school year. Johnny helps the kid up from the ground. As the bus arrives, they walk toward the opening door. Suddenly, the two boys give him the cold shoulder and bump past him. "Move, lame," one of the boys said to Johnny as they got on the bus. Instead of responding, he just sat down in the first open seat. He clenched his fist as he fought the urge to teach those boys a lesson. The bus arrives at school and Johnny headed into the building. He hurries to his locker, puts his stuff up, and greets his teacher. He tries his best to forget about what happened, but the confrontation at the bus stop hovers him. Those boys routinely give him a hard time. He was not scared of those boys, but he didn't want to disappoint his mother and jeopardize his future. The bell rang, and class began with the morning announcements. Johnny overheard Mr. Salam over the loudspeaker. "Nia means purpose in Swahili. When you find your purpose in life, you find yourself," he said. Johnny thought about what his purpose could be.
You may have noticed this painting next to me. This is an original work of art by artist, DJ, talented extraordinaire Noval Noir. She created this portrait of Philando Castile this week. The portrait will be given to Valerie Castile. Check out this clip of her in action, followed by some more videos from our community partners.
Bonjour, I'm Rachel Banks Cupcho. Moms Demand Action is the nonpartisan, grassroots arm of Everytown for Gun Safety, and we have over 6 million member volunteers. Along with Everytown Survivor Network, Mayors Against Illegal Guns, and Students Demand Action, we make up the largest counterweight to the state and federal gun lobby. Minnesota Moms Demand Action is made up of mothers and others from every corner of the state, from Minneapolis and St. Paul to the suburbs to Duluth, Rochester, and Moorhead. We have 20 local groups working both toward our state and federal legislative priorities and within their specific communities to address the causes and effects of gun violence. We are not anti-gun. We are anti-gun violence. We believe that respecting rights and protecting people go hand in hand. We see gun violence and police violence. We see the disproportionate impacts on Black, Brown, and Indigenous communities, and we are committed to supporting survivors, making change at the state and federal level, and amplifying and supporting the voices and asks of communities and organizations working to address the causes and impacts of gun violence. You can drop a text prompt, JOIN, to 64433 to get connected to your local events and to receive updates. You can also go to the website, www.momsdemandaction.org. Please, this is a public health crisis, and we are all in this together. Chi-miigwech.
Our communities are hurting. Long-standing, systematic health and social inequalities are killing our communities. Ethnic minority groups are disproportionately affected by the legal system. Ethnic minority groups are disproportionately affected by COVID-19. COVID-19 does not discriminate, but America does. African Americans are at a much higher risk of contracting COVID-19 than the rest of the population. This is because discrimination, housing disparities, lack of resource and access to healthcare, lack of education. What can you do? Protect yourself and your community. Take action from home. COVID-19 does not discriminate, but America does.
Hi, I'm TJ Valtira, Program Director here at the Little Earth Boys and Girls Club.
I'm Josh Vermillion, Team Program Incident here at the Little Earth Boys and Girls Club.
And what we do to impact the community is to work with young people and their families to help them with school success, athletics, feeding them, tutoring them, mentoring them, any way that we can set them up for a brighter future.
A product of this work in the community, I became Youth of the Year, and therefore that led me to becoming a pillar of this community and a positive role model for people to pioneer to great lengths.
Hi, I'm Sania. Hi, I'm Madi. And we're IGF facilitators. We want to welcome you back to our final community breath break. So now we're here and we're going to begin the shaking process. So you're just going to start by having your feet shoulder width apart, and we're just going to kind of start bouncing. Bounce, 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 bounce. Good. And now you're going to take that bounce kind of into a shake. You can shake your limbs. You can shimmy. Good, good, good. Let it move up your back to your neck. You can roll and bounce your neck. If you have any tension anywhere specifically in your body, just shake it out. Shake it out.
Again, we are IGF. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out our website, irgrace.org, for more content, videos, tools, and opportunities to get involved.
Bye.
Bye.
You can hear me? All right. Hello. All right. What's up? My name is Adrian. Nice to meet you. We are closing in on $13,000 for the month of August. You can help us get to $15,000 by buying a t-shirt. You can buy this shirt design, this lovely shirt, this shirt, or any of the other designs by Rashawn Collins, our friend. The shirts are printed by Elpis Enterprises. Elpis Enterprises is a nonprofit that employs youth experiencing homelessness. So when you donate and buy a shirt through Elpis, you are helping two great causes. Mary McBee retired from St. Paul Central after 26 years as our principal. She has been part of the event since it was purely an idea back in 2016. She took some time from her well-deserved retirement to share some words with us. After Ms. McBee, we'll hear from someone who is on his own way to creating his own great legacy in our school's Principal Marcus Freeman.
This is Mary McBee, retired principal from St. Paul Central High School. I was there for 25 years and also during the time Philando was a student there. And I can tell you that he never visited my office once. He was a good student, a good person. I'm happy to be a part of the 5th annual Central Honors Philando virtual celebration. This event honors a young man whose life was cut short when he was killed by a police officer in 2016. To honor his life, the community, especially Friends of Central High School, has established a scholarship in his name. The $5,000 annual scholarship has enabled an African-American male student from Central to continue their education. Today, we're asking you to do more. By donating, you will enable this scholarship to be renewable for up to 4 years. Please help us to continue to honor Philando for the good life he lived and for the many years of service he gave to the St. Paul Public Schools. Please go to centralhonorsphilando.org and make a generous contribution. This will enable an African-American male from Central to further their education. Thank you, and please be generous.
Hello, my name is Marcus Freeman, and I am the proud principal of Galtier Elementary in St. Paul. When I think about the death of Philando Castile, it's tragic. It should have never happened, and it is something that, as a family, I know we talk about and it lives with us still to this day. One thing I have realized that has come out of the positive pieces that have come from this tragedy have been really the acceleration of political influence and political engagement that I've seen in St. Paul, specifically with folks of color, and just being aware of how we really need to change everything that we're doing to make sure we're meeting the needs of all people, but specifically our most marginalized communities, which are our Black and brown communities. So that is what I am tasked to do as a principal in education, is to make sure I'm reaching and making sure that I'm tearing down all barriers so that all students can be successful.
Anyone who has been to a Central Honors Philando celebration knows what to expect. Great food, great people, a great raffle, and a great time. But if you haven't been, it can be hard to understand. So in 2019, we partnered with Youth Lens 360 to capture part of the experience with our friend Greg Crockett.
I went to graduated with Philando year 2001. Just found out about the event through people we were connected to at Central, also via Facebook. So great day, great cause, great man. Come out here, let's celebrate that man. Rest up, bro.
We was all
Yeah. That feels the homie, man. It was the
Central
homie.
alum though, gotta know. And then he also worked with my auntie at JJ Hill, so
all the kids loved him at J.J. Hill, so he already was leaving a legacy when he was still here.
So I think right after Philando was murdered, Carla and a few of us got together on Facebook and realized we needed to do something in his name to honor him and honor what he was doing for the school kids. We figured what better way to do that than to create a scholarship in his name and to create a community event where we can all come together and celebrate our community and strengthen our community rather than divide it.
I just felt like it was a really positive way to get reconnected back to the Twin Cities when I moved back here and to work towards something positive out of a tragedy, you know? I felt like it was kind of something that I remember hearing about when I was in Atlanta and just wanting to do something. So especially now, like being back here, I mean, it was easy for me to just be able to like jump in and sort of ask like what I could do to help. So yeah, the group started a phenomenal thing, and I'm just really happy and blessed to be a part of it and to make sure that we keep Philando's name alive in a positive way and do something positive for some really good young men who are graduating from Central going forward.
He wasn't like a roughhouser. He wasn't like the class clown. He literally was just chill, laid back, got along with everybody, and he just was a part of us.
Being at the occupation was really about building community and about like grieving and mourning together and finding joy with one another. It was an amazing experience that was like full of energy, and I don't think that anybody could really identify if they've never been a part of something like that.
Well, we showed he did everything right. He did everything right, and he still had to die. So it's like, you know, I thought that might be it. This is our enough point, and I don't know if it was. I don't think it was. But that's what went through my mind. Is this finally going to be enough, or we just say enough is enough?
I just try to go up to J.J. Hill and see his little his monumental up there, man, his little plaque, and talk to him.
The tree too.
Got the tree up there, and it's just you got to keep it in conversation, man, because this social injustice and police brutality, man, it's real, and you got to keep fighting, man. These people got to get charged and convicted, and because Geronimo Yanez, he's gonna sleep in his own bed tonight. I'm not cool with that. And that's what needs to change.
Legacy is, with the kids, just a blessing. They'll remember him, of course, as a school lunch monitor, but so much more for the community. And if he was still alive today, that's how it would be. I could see him growing up. Philando forever.
That's the big thing. When we call people and ask for help, they say yes. I say, what do you need? What time you need us there? Because the community has embraced this event because they knew Philando, or they heard of Philando, or they know somebody who knows Philando, so they're willing to help out and support this good cause.
I think we just wanted in the immediate aftermath to like get together the Central community because we all were feeling very angry and sad, and the Central, if you go to Central, people who go to Central understand it's a close-knit community, and we always have each other's backs, and we just needed to get people together, and this is what it turned into.
Yeah, we've been able to give out the one $5,000 scholarship each year to a student, so we'd like to increase that amount or give it to more students or make it renewable and also add a mentorship component because, yeah, you can give a student money, send them to college, but there's so much more help they need to get to graduation day. So we're trying to build it up and do more for the students that we work with.
I felt like the scholarship should go to a young black male because we got so much negative around us, and like we need to create something a positive for them.
He was taken away by a police officer who was vowed to protect and serve. I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
It's always been a strong family. I mean, the students, the staff, the community. So I knew the family would come together in some way to honor him or to, make sure that his death was not just a funeral, but that something good would come of it. I knew that would happen. And as soon as his fellow classmates found out, immediately they wanted to do something.
So I'm excited to, 20 years from now to still be coming here and seeing all the young brothers that's been getting awarded this scholarship and see where their journey is taking them.
When it happened to Philando, it was like, dang, man, it can happen to any one of us. You know what I'm saying? It just hit too close to home. It hurt bad, you know. It tore a piece of my heart out.
You don't have to be a president or nothing like that to make a difference. You can be just the lunch guy, Mr. Phil.
Central has had many highs, but also many lows. I graduated in the class of 2003. In 2009, we lost 2 members of our class. Justin Teagan died after an encounter with the St. Paul Police in the Midway Shopping Center, a death that still has a long list of unanswered questions. And 2 months later, in an unrelated incident, Kira Lolo died from multiple gunshot wounds in a still unsolved crime in Colorado. Last month, our 4th recipient of the Philando Castile Memorial Scholarship, Ibsa Lolo, sent me a message asking if I knew Kiru. I did. We were classmates and teammates on the track team. It wasn't until that moment that I realized Ibsa was Kiru's younger brother. In Ibsa's scholarship application, he talked about how his older brother's death affected him. He wrote about how he followed in his brother's footsteps to Central High School and his plans to follow Kiru again by attending his alma mater, Minnesota State University Mankato, this fall.
Hello, my name is Ibsa Lolo, graduating class of 2020, and I am this year's Philando Castile Scholarship recipient. I just want to start off by saying I am forever humble, grateful, and truthful. Those are the words I say every day when I wake up. Forever humble, grateful, and truthful. To the Castile family, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being so strong. Thank you for being so resilient. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for welcoming me with open arms. I just want to say a few words about, the events that have been happening, the last few months. Given the events that have been taking place these last few months, we expect a higher quality of life moving forward. Amongst darkness, there is light, a prolific light in prolific darkness. The past few months have given me hope for a better America. Right? We have to stand up for these things, and that's what we've been doing. And I'm extremely proud for all my brothers and sisters standing up for what they believe in. What I plan to do with my life, moving forward after high school, I'm attending Mankato State University. And, that's where I plan on getting my finance degree, because I really do want to go back home. I'm originally from Oromia. My family's from Oromia. I was born and raised here. But the finance, just the money, all those stuff that's going on back home, I feel like I know I can do something about it. I can be the change. So thank you to the Castile family for just believing in me. It really, really does mean a lot. Hope to see you guys soon. It's unfortunate that we're doing this online basically. So hope to see you guys soon. Much love. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for joining us from the planning team as well as those who aren't here. Tanea, Alex, Elliot, we greatly appreciate you joining us, for tuning in and helping us support future role models today. Remember, you can donate year-round at centralhonorsphilando.org, and you can buy your raffle tickets and T-shirts until Sunday, August 30th. Thank you again, and we'll see you next year.